Across the silent expanses of the multiverse, beyond the reach of time and the grasp of mortal understanding, lies the celestial void. It is a realm where the fabric of reality is unraveled, a canvas of pure white light and absolute darkness, where the laws of physics bow to the will of the divine. This is the arena for the ultimate confrontation, a clash between the ancient thunder of the north and the eternal light of the Orient. In one corner stands the Prince of Peace, the Lion of Judah, the Word made flesh. In the other stands the God of Thunder, the protector of Midgard, the strongest of the Aesir. History, theology, and myth converge here to determine which power truly reigns supreme over the soul of the cosmos. Let us first look upon the Thunderer. Thor, son of Odin and the earth goddess Jord, is the embodiment of raw, elemental force. He is the storm given human form. His red beard bristles with static energy, and his eyes burn with the blue fire of 1,000 lightning strikes. He carries Mjolnir, a hammer forged in the heart of a dying star by the dwarven masters, capable of leveling mountains and shattering the skulls of giants. Around his waist is Jord, the belt of strength that doubles his already peerless power. On his hands are the iron gauntlets, Jarngrapr, allowing him to grip the white-hot handle of his weapon. Thor is the warrior par excellence, a being of action, courage, and unyielding will. His legend is written in the blood of monsters and the echoes of the thunder that rolls across the fjords. Standing across the void is a figure of contrasting majesty. Jesus Christ, the Logos, the Alpha and the Omega. His origin predates the foundations of the world. He is not merely a god of a specific domain, but the architect of the laws that govern the stars. In this battle-ready manifestation, he appears not as the humble carpenter, but as the King of Kings described in the final revelations. His eyes are like flames of fire, his voice like the roar of many waters, and his presence radiates a weight of glory that makes the very void tremble. He possesses authority over life and death, the power to command the elements with a word, and a spiritual sovereignty that transcends physical combat. He is the ultimate reality, the source from which all existence flows.
You stand before me with no armor and no steel. Do you seek a peaceful end, or do you truly believe your quiet words can halt the storm? I have fought serpents that encircle the world and giants that dwarf the mountains. I am Thor, and my hammer has never met a foe it could not break.
Strength is not found in the weight of a hammer, son of Odin, but in the truth that sustains the soul. You are a shadow of the ancient powers, a guardian of a fading age. I do not come with steel because the word I speak is sharper than any two-edged sword. The storm you command is but a breath from my father's lips.
Thor lets out a roar that shakes the pillars of heaven. He swings Mjolnir in a wide arc, and the celestial void is instantly filled with a deafening crack of thunder. A massive bolt of lightning, thicker than an ancient oak and blindingly white, streaks from the hammer toward Jesus. The energy is enough to vaporize an entire planet. But as the bolt nears the Son of Man, Jesus simply raises a hand. He does not flinch. The lightning does not strike him. It flows around him, diverted by an invisible aura of peace. The raw energy of the storm seems to recognize its master and refuses to cause harm. Thor is stunned for a heartbeat but quickly recovers. He leaps through the void, his powerful legs propelling him at speeds that defy logic. He brings Mjolnir down in a vertical strike aimed at the center of the opponent's brow. The impact creates a shockwave that ripples through the dimensions, sending tremors into distant galaxies. Yet, the hammer does not land. It stops inches away from Jesus, held back by a wall of pure divine will. The air between them hums with the tension of two cosmic forces clashing.
You fight for glory and for the protection of your king. These are noble things in the eyes of men. But you fight against the one who gave the stars their names. Peace, be still.
With those three words, the static energy surrounding Thor's body vanishes. The thunder that usually rumbles in his chest falls silent. Thor feels a weight he has never known, not the weight of his hammer, but the weight of his own mortality. He feels the sins of the warriors he has slain and the burden of the ages he has endured. He stumbles back, his grip on Mjolnir loosening for the first time in eons.
What sorcery is this? My strength fades. The blood of the giants in my veins feels cold. You do not fight like a warrior, yet you overwhelm me with a force I cannot grasp. Stand and face me with the fury of a god.
Thor enters his berserker rage, the Mapur. His muscles swell, his eyes turn into orbs of pure electrical discharge, and he strikes again and again. Each blow of Mjolnir is a localized supernova. The celestial void is torn asunder, reality weeping under the pressure of the God of Thunder's desperation. Jesus begins to move, but not to retreat. He walks through the barrage of strikes as if walking through a gentle rain. He steps into the heart of the storm, his face filled with a terrifying, holy compassion. Jesus reaches out and touches the head of the hammer. In an instant, the iron weapon glows with a golden radiance. The enchantments of the dwarves are overwritten by the authority of the Creator. Mjolnir, the most feared weapon in the 9 realms, becomes as light as a feather and as harmless as a reed. Thor gasps, his hands vibrating from the sudden shift in reality. He realizes that he is not fighting a rival deity, but the source of divinity itself.
Your hammer was forged to protect, but it cannot save. You are king of the earth and the sky, but I am the king of the soul. The power you wield is a gift, yet you have forgotten the giver.
Jesus undergoes a transfiguration. His garments become whiter than any bleach could make them, and his face shines with the intensity of a billion suns. The celestial void is no longer dark, it is consumed by the Shekinah glory. This is not a physical attack, but a spiritual revelation. Thor is forced to his knees. The god of thunder, who never bowed to the Midgard serpent or the frost giants, finds his knees hitting the ethereal floor of the void. He drops Mjolnir. It clatters away into the darkness, its purpose finished.
I see. I see the beginning and the end. I see the world tree withering and a new heaven rising. My lightning is but a spark in your eternal fire. If this is the end of the old gods, then let it be by your hand.
Jesus looks down at the fallen warrior. He does not strike him down with lightning or crush him with force. Instead, he places a hand on Thor's shoulder. The energy of the transfiguration surges through the Norse god, not to destroy him, but to dissolve the finite nature of his being into the infinite. This is a battle to the death, but in the theology of the Christ, death is the beginning of a different state of existence. The old self of the warrior god is consumed. The void begins to collapse as the duel reaches its zenith. Thor makes one final move, a testament to his courage. He summons every last ounce of his godhood, turning himself into a living bolt of thunder, a final strike intended to test the very limits of the light. He crashes into Jesus with the force of Ragnarok itself. The explosion of light and sound is so vast that it would have blinded every living creature in the universe. When the light fades, the arena is silent. Jesus Christ stands alone in the center of the void. He is unmarred, his radiance undiminished. Thor is gone, his essence absorbed into the greater reality that Jesus represents. The hammer Mjolnir has turned to dust, for in the presence of the ultimate truth, the tools of war have no meaning. The victory is total, not because of superior violence, but because of superior being. In the final analysis, why does Jesus Christ emerge as the victor in this hypothetical clash? Within the frameworks of their respective mythologies, Thor is a powerful but finite being. He is a god who can die, as prophesied in the events of Ragnarok where he falls to the venom of Jormungandr. He is a part of the created order, subject to fate and time. Jesus Christ, in contrast, is presented as the creator of fate and the master of time. While Thor represents the peak of physical and elemental power, Jesus represents the metaphysical source of all power. You cannot defeat the one who sustains your very atoms with a thought. Thor is a warrior of the storm, but Jesus is the master of the silence that follows. The strength of the arm will always falter before the strength of the word. The battle in the celestial void ends not with a scream, but with a whisper of restoration. The King of Kings remains, the undisputed sovereign of all realms, known and unknown. The thunder has passed, but the light remains eternal. If you enjoyed this epic confrontation between the legends of the North and the divinity of the East, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We dive deep into the greatest mysteries of mythology and theology to bring you battles you have only dreamed of. Comment below on who you want to see enter the celestial void next, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an epic saga.